I want to talk about, I guess, AI today and how it's going to create a bleak future for, I guess, all of us. You know, so I guess personally, like, I'm 21, so I'm not long to be graduated and out to be working. I do work at the minute, but yeah, I just want to talk about the future and what it holds, because I'm kind of interested to see what happens over the next 10 years. But basically, like, AI came out, or I don't know when it was first made, but I remember ChatGPT was like the first AI tool I was using, and it came out in 2022, and I was in my final year of secondary school then, and I was, I guess, you know, trying to get it to help me with my homework and do whatever, like help me, I guess, you know, find out some quick information rather than browsing about 10-20 pages of Wikipedia, you know. That's what initially I was using it for. But like, as times went on, I started to see like different videos, like you used to see on the like a TikTok, and it'd be like, I don't even know, like it'd be like, you know, like presidents, or it'd be like Andrew Tate or someone, and they'd be, I guess, have them yapping about something in AI, like with an AI voice or whatever, and like text to speech or something. I know that's not new, but you know, this has been going on. And like, personally, I used to use them as well and send them to my friends and like take the piss out of each other and get like I don't know, Obama to say something to one of my friends. But yeah, it's, I guess, something that I'm concerned about is like the future it'll create for the job market and the economy, because obviously that directly in fact affects me, and it'll affect you all as well. But like, the thing about it is, we don't know how much this shit is going to actually take up. Nobody can really tell any of us and assure any of us how, like, which jobs are going to go to AI or which jobs are safe. And to be honest, I'm not really sure about anything being safe. It depends where you live, but in my view, like, if it's not regulated, it'll, you know, put us all on the dole, or whatever the, like, American, I guess, benefits unemployment system is. It'll put us on that either. And I mean, like, as much as I don't want to like work for someone my whole life, I do want to start my own company in the future. But the thing is, like, you know, how is it going to work? Like, you know, if you've no money to, or capital to put into a company, if AI drastically improves and then takes all of our jobs, and all of a sudden we've no capital, you know, I know there's investing, and I've invested some money myself, but it's just like, you know, the money that I have to my name isn't enough to me to start a company without some kind of a loan or like heavy investment from someone. And I'm just thinking, like, AI is going to completely destroy this. I also want to like think about as well, who is this going to benefit? You know, if everybody is out of work and everybody's, you know, I guess unsafe, because even I think blue collar jobs eventually might get replaced. I know that might take longer, but it'll be safe in the near future. But you know, eventually, you know, what is going to happen? Although, like, at the same time, like, in my own opinion, I'm not sure how bad it'll get, you know, because governments are smart enough, I think, where they realise they can't really have their whole population out of work. And like, even personally, I've seen, like, for graduate programs or whatever, like jobs straight out of college, a lot of them are like, I know different companies are cutting back on the amount of roles that they have, which, like, you know, I guess it'll cut out the menial tasks or whatever, which is what AI was initially intended for. But like, it's going to take positions and like chances away from people. Even if it was to do them jobs, you know, they still get chances to make new friends and network and do whatever. I feel like AI is going to rob us of that as well. You know, personally, I think AI could get like completely out of hand, and that's my fear. You know, what if it like starts trying to like come for all of us? You know, who knows if it will or if it won't, because we're still in its infancy, and that's the scary part. You know, I used to see these videos and photos, and like, you could clearly tell it's AI. Now it's getting to the point where any photos that I see now, I'm like, is this AI or is this real? You know, that's not with everything, but you do have that kind of fear in your head, and I feel like that creates a bit of a low trust society, especially if you have things that you can't even prove if it's real or if it's not, you know. I feel like AI is gonna benefit the few and take from the many, and like that's a problem I have with it. I feel like I talk to friends about it and we're all unsure, and like this video is practically just a ramble about it because I just want to see is anyone else kind of fearing for the future a bit and fearing what it might do, because you know, you see AI founders and they're talking about, oh yeah, if it'll allow you to go straight out of college and build a one person company like with only you and like the AI or whatever. But like, you know, like that's all well and good, but like realistically, if everyone was in the market and everyone was like trying to make AI products, everything would be completely saturated, and like the barrier for competition would be, or the barrier for success would be even higher than it would be now if you were to start anything. So I feel like again that'll work against us. I don't see how that will benefit us, like the average people. But yeah, I guess as well, like AI is just, you know, it feels like we're just going to create a society as well where everything's just so convenienced for us. There's no struggle for anything. And like part of what makes life fulfilling is its ups and downs, but if everything is pure handy and it's easy or whatever, then like, you know, it gets rid of the struggle. And also a struggle will give you purpose and it will allow you to have room for personal growth, which I feel like will be eradicated if, you know, you don't even have to read a book now, because like AI will fucking do it for you or do something that'll allow you to, you know, imprint the knowledge into your head without like, you know, properly reading it. And I know that might sound ridiculous, but like we don't actually know what the future of it will be, and that's the most scary thing. It's like some kind of wild animal that just needs to be contained, you know, because otherwise it'll just spread. Or maybe I could have said like some kind of disease, but yeah, it really won't benefit us. And I feel like, you know, initially I was all for it. I thought, oh yeah, you know, we get rid of some basic jobs, even parts of the jobs I work or whatever, and get rid of some tasks, and you know, it'll help you and leave you with more work to do. But if it completes all your tasks for you, then that means you've no job. And I know unemployment sounds fun, but like if I go for like, you know, long periods of time where I'm not working or not in college or not doing anything of any real productive value, who knows what productivity really means, but if I'm not doing anything of real value, like to myself, like, or working on any purpose, which is what it's going to do, I just feel depressed. And like I don't want to feel like that. And I feel like if AI takes any chances of me building my own company or, you know, any form of job or whatever away from me or you, it's going to create a bleak future for us all. And I guess that's really this video. Just wanted to rant about like my stance on AI, and I feel like it needs to be heavily regulated, but maybe you don't agree with that, so let me know in the comments. Peace.